finally got this all figured out too. Check.
You did?
Yeah,
Great.
I
That's
think
great
so. I
news.
think I fixed all my problems.
All of your problems.
Well, all of my podcast equipment related problems.
Oh, okay. That's a good.
I still have
You have other problems?
I solved the most meaningless problems in my life, which is my unpaid podcast equipment problems that are self-inflicted because I shouldn't even be doing this at all. But
They say avalanche, right? Like when you budget, like take care of the small stuff first.
yeah.
So that's what
Oh,
you
is that
did.
what you're supposed to do? Oh, good.
I don't know.
My entire life
I
is
might have made that up.
my entire life is me only dealing with the small stuff.
You're avalanche. One day you'll be like, oh shit, I'm killing it.
Yeah.
Because all of the meaningless stuff will be taken care of.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I still have just huge mountainous problems.
Oh, they're so big. I think I just
over me.
won't solve those.
Yeah.
So just you create other smaller problems.
Yeah. I
to
just
handle?
well, I'm living. Like you said, Al, I'm living at the base of a mountain underneath there's a rock slide coming towards my cabin, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna get this fucking stove clean right now.
I can clean the stove.
I'm taking care of little things. That's not even a good analogy because we're 4 feet from my stove.
You
that
just
can see is
buy
actual
the cleaner.
dirty.
Like you don't even clean it. You're like, well, I bought it.
Yeah, that's you know
I bought
what?
like a cleaner.
That's not. Yeah, that is a good point. I do. I do a lot of first steps. Like I'm gonna fucking.
That's the most fun step though. The first step. It's like
Yeah.
even going to the gym. It's like, oh yeah, I should get some.
The step where you spend money.
Yeah, it's
that's
where I'm gonna
best.
get a gym membership. First step, never go.
Yeah.
Or like whatever the first step of anything is like the most fun step.
Yeah. All right, give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Locked and loaded, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, and we'll use some of that stuff from before.
Great.
From before I did the
Ooh.
clapper. We're about to get to actually one of the funniest complaints about this movie.
Oh man, I would love to read some of the reviews about this movie. Let's get into it. Sorry, I'll let you do your...
Welcome to Let's Get Trashed, everybody. A special Let's Get Morning Trashed. It's morning time
it's the
here.
Fucking AM.
It's morning
I'm
time.
a little hungover, but you made me a really nice cocktail. I appreciate that.
Of course. Yeah, it's morning time here at the Let's Get Trashed break rooms at the top of the Chrysler building.
They had us back. They had us back.
It's not up to them. We
won't leave.
We rent the space, and we're allowed to record wherever we want.
That's
and we
right,
are
baby.
talking today. This is a movie. I actually planned to do an episode about this months ago. Me and Steve were going to record an episode about this movie, The Adam Project, streaming on Netflix. Kind of right when it came out. It was more contemporary. We planned to do it, but we just never got around to actually doing the episode. And then for this morning, Jimmy and I decided to do one, and we settled on this movie because I had already seen it, have my notes, and he had the opportunity to see it last night. Netflix, very accessible. So, The Adam Project, and we have it on in the background.
We do.
I have it on
we're
just,
kind of grazing it in the back. What drew you to? Because I was surprised when you mentioned this movie.
Yep.
What made you want to talk about it? Anything specific?
Last night, I was not in a position to watch anything else last night.
Okay.
And I was like, well, this is something I've already seen. It was, like I said, when this movie first came out, I had planned to do an episode on it, and then it just never happened.
Sure.
So but I have notes on it. I remember the movie, and it is one I want to talk about because it's been a little while since, I've been mostly, I'm very selfish, hedonistic.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying things. I'm mostly watching.
I love it.
I'm watching movies I enjoy.
Yeah.
And I'm doing positive reviews about good movies that I like.
You've been doing great.
And it feels like it's time to get back to my roots of negativity.
Yeah, I knew you couldn't stay
talking
gone for a long.
Let's get trash. It's a double entendre, folks. In addition to I'm supposed to be drinking during the episodes. The other part of trash is trashing these fucking terrible movies that come out. And so
basically making fun of what's coming out in the industry.
I mean,
that makes sense. I thought that might be your angle.
That's what we're here for today.
Sure.
Is talking about The Adam Project starring Ryan Reynolds. And just off the bat, it fucking sucks, dude. all the movies, I think this is my lowest. This is definitely going to end up being my lowest reviewed, like, movie. Personally.
Yeah, so far.
The other worst. So the current reigning champion of worst dog shit movie I've seen and reviewed is Tom Holland's movie Uncharted, with Mark Wahlberg and I don't know, whoever the fuck else, Antonio Banderas or something.
Who are these movies for? That's what I wonder.
They're for children. Like
I guess they are.
It's like,
are they for
kind of? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's for like Marvel fans. These aren't Marvel movies, but
they kind of are.
Well,
for the
they're
crowd,
trying to be like that. They're trying to fit that mold. Science fiction.
A Marvel fucking actor.
Yeah,
two of them.
Two of them. Yeah, if you count Ryan Reynolds,
and three of them. Mark Ruffalo.
I know, and we'll get Mark Ruffalo comes into this later,
and I'm a huge fan of him.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I think he picks maybe not the best roles, but sometimes. But in some of his, he has some hits, man.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. What's one thing that Mark Ruffalo's good in? Because
Zodiac.
Never saw it.
It's a good movie. And Robert Downey Jr., Jake Gyllenhaal.
I heard
we should do one about that.
I do want to watch it. I heard recently. I was listening to somebody talk. Oh, I was listening to Joe and Renan watch movies. One of my favorite movie podcasts. And of course, the episode I just did just came out yesterday was my review of Joe List's movie 4th of July. So I love Joe. I love Renan Hirschberg. Anyway, they were talking about Zodiac briefly. And mentioned how great Robert Downey Jr. is. I'll take their word for it. Maybe I'll watch it, but fuck.
Everyone kills in that movie.
Hate Mark Ruffalo. I think he sucks.
Really?
Yeah, I think he sucks. I've never seen him do anything good. I haven't seen one like good thing he's in, and I haven't seen him be good. Even in the bad shit he's in, I think he stinks. Even like the Marvel shit, I think he's the worst of a terrible cast of like stunted terrible characters. I think he's the worst one of them.
Of all of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the least he's the least personality in a group of like superficial, uninteresting, lame comic book personalities.
Yeah. I've always thought his acting was really actually pretty good. I know he probably doesn't have like a lot of like depth as like a personality type of person, but I've always liked him. I think I've liked him as like for the like some of the roles like really really work. But yeah, check out Zodiac, man.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard
he
that's
was
good.
definitely getting a paycheck in fucking Marvel movies for sure, and this movie for Christ's sake.
Yeah. So let's talk about why the Adam Project is like so it's Adam Project, Uncharted, they're, in addition to using like Marvel actors, they're, action adventure stuff, and this one is particularly sci-fi. This is like a sci-fi movie, which fits all the, comic book stuff that's so popular. But the real like defining characteristic is the fact that it's just shallow characters who are just like quippy. They love sarcastic, they love sarcastic lines in the middle of, there's so much of like, well, that sounded better in my head.
I know what you mean.
Constantly, whenever there's a sense of a moment, they defuse it with some like weak attempt at humor. I just hate. I hate watching men be sassy. And it sucks. And that's
what I hate? Children being sad. Like,
oh yeah,
the kid in this movie is so cringy to me, and it's not his fault. I'm not dogging this child.
It's his fault. I mean,
but the dialogue that I don't like kids that are that like, no kid is that like sentient and like aware.
Yeah,
or like has like, it just feels like an adult is making a child say it, and it's just it just reeks.
That's exactly what it is. It's like, hey, we want you? So you grow up. So it's a time travel movie, folks. Let's start there. Yeah. There's a little kid, played by some annoying little kid, And then his mom is Jennifer Garner. Dad has been dead for a while. And then he's at his house, and Ryan Reynolds shows up, battered and bruised. Ryan Reynolds is a time traveling fighter pilot. Of course, because why wouldn't he be? And it turns out Ryan Reynolds is this kid from the future. So this kid who he's an attitude problem, sarcastic kid. It's just like, can you act like Ryan Reynolds, he gets to be attitude problem, sarcastic adult? And so it's just making this kid be sassy.
That would never happen. I feel like a kid would never be that on it with the shit.
Well, yeah, and he's just too like, I don't know. It's not believable. Not that the time travel thing it's time travel, but the kid is just too. I mean, they even reference it. That's the other thing that annoys me, because there's a thing he first meets himself from the future, and then they go through the whole thing of like, I have a scar. He's like, yeah, I know, I have the same scar. I'm you from the future, and the kid's like, you know my dog's name. He's like, yep, we already went over this. I named the dog. I'm you from the future. They just have that a bunch of times. And
sure.
They keep doing that thing. That's a very cliche moment. And then, of course, the story has to move on. We have to get to the next pointless scene. So they're walking to the shed or whatever where adult Ryan Reynolds is going to sleep, and the kid's like, so if you're me from the future, blah 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 blah. He asks some question, and Ryan Reynolds has to like look right at the camera and be like, well, you accepted that pretty quickly. Like,
yeah,
it's just like we understand we didn't do any. We understand we didn't earn this moment. We're just but we have to move past it because we don't care about literally any aspect of storytelling.
A lot of bullshit in this movie for sure.
Yeah, and
among other things I'm sure we'll get into.
And it's great. It gets it gets very much like again, too self-referential, because then they're talking about time travel and the kid is like, so wait a minute. Like, let's just admit it. Let's just tell everybody we're in a movie. What type of movie time travel are we doing? Is this Back to the Future time travel? Is this...
yeah, they do a Back to the Future reference.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Is this the Time Machine, H.G. Wells time travel? Which time travel are we doing right now in this movie that we both...
It's the butterfly effect time travel.
Yeah,
essentially,
sure.
Is what they land on, but... Which I don't agree with or understand. Like, time travel doesn't exist. Like, and I'm sick of the butterfly effect time travel model. Honestly, I feel like it's like the one that for some reason is law. First of all, time travel is so tricky in a movie and usually not great. Like, not a great theme.
No,
but just usually bad.
Yeah.
But I'm sick of, like, if you're gonna do time travel movie, do a different type of like time world. Like, every time travel is like, well, if this happens, then it changes fate. Mm-hmm. Like, fate is like a thing. Like, the original timeline is a thing. It's like, no, it wouldn't be. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But in all that stuff of like self-referential, like, what kind of time travel movie are we currently making? Because we're also in a movie and we're not even pretending like we're not doing that. That's all the exact same dialogue from the Avengers. When the Avengers did time travel...
Yeah.
The last Avengers movie or whatever. What's his name? Paul Rudd. He's the guy in charge of like, so wait, what kind of time travel are we doing? Are we doing Back to the Future or are we doing Butterfly Effect? And then even in that movie, everybody has to be like, just don't worry about it. Just don't even think about it. Which you think they're telling it to Paul Rudd, but they're looking right at the camera being like, don't even think about it.
Don't think about it.
Don't even worry about
it.
it.
Yeah.
It's the only way. We wrote ourselves into a corner, and now we have to do time travel in order to fucking kill the bad guy. Which, it's so stupid and lazy and whatever. It's so, I don't know. That's what I don't like about. That's what I don't like about most of these action movies. Is they're all trying to be. They're all just trying to be so quippy. Right now on screen, we have this in the background. Mark Ruffalo and Ryan Reynolds just punched each other in the face. He reunited with his dad.
Such a funny sentence.
And dad got mad at him for Dad finds out that Ryan Reynolds is doing time travel, and he thinks that's irresponsible. So they get into a fight about it, and they punch each other. And of course, a scene of father and son hitting each other in the face upon their reunion, should be like some sort of emotional thing.
Yeah.
But they're just chirping at each other.
Yeah.
The entire time.
They have this. It's like a forced relationship that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's like the banter of a relationship that doesn't have any legs,
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo is a physics teacher at some stupid college. He just got punched in the face by his
adult future son,
adult fighter pilot soldier son.
Yeah.
And he's fine. He's standing up. Neither one of them have a bloody nose.
Yeah.
There's no consequence to there's no consequence to anything.
Yeah.
Which is why you watch these movies and you just fucking
candy.
It's as meaningless as anything I've ever seen.
Sure.
So let's talk about why Ryan Reynolds felt like he had to go into the past.
That made no sense to me.
He has to save his girlfriend. His girlfriend, Zoe Saldana, he's in love with. Mm-hmm. She's also a fighter pilot in the time travel fighter pilot agency that they work for in the future.
Yeah.
She goes into the past. He has to follow her into the past because he's trying to find her. He thinks she's trapped in the past. So he's got to go find her. And he breaks every rule of time. There's time travel laws, and the United States Board of Time Travel in the future has specific rules. You're only allowed to do it on certain missions. I don't know what the hell they're trying to accomplish with time travel. The other thing.
They don't really talk about that.
They never tell us once what's the good reason for having time travel.
Sure.
We know that Ryan Reynolds is abusing it because he's trying to save his girlfriend. And then, of course, we later on learn that Mark Ruffalo, who invented it, the woman who's his financial backer, she misuses it
for evil.
To make money. Obviously, she goes back in time and invests in Google or whatever horseshit. Whatever way we all would think to get rich using time travel. She does that, but not once do they ever mention on a perfect day I would be using time travel to go back in time. I would use my time travel jet to go back to 2019 to, I don't know,
see a band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop
a bullet.
Stop the COVID pangolin from getting eaten or whatever. Go back in time and
Don't eat that.
Blow up the lab. Yeah. blow up the lab where Dr. Fauci created COVID in China. Kidding. YouTube, don't take that down. That's a joke. Nobody believes that. Certainly not me. We obviously know that's definitely not what happened.
But we're not too sure. But moving on.
No, we're very sure. We're very sure that that's not what happened. None of us secretly believe that.
When we get our time travel jets, we'll, for now, let's table it. But when we get our time travel jets, we'll go back and figure it out.
I have not been spending my nights outside of Dr. Anthony Fauci's house investigating him on my own accord.
Rigorously writing down his schedule, taking note of everything he does, digging through his trash.
Yeah, I have certainly not been doing that.
Calling my own car a time travel jet. That it's not.
Nobody should or nobody would or should or would ever think to do that because there's no reason. He's above suspicion.
Correct.
He's done everything right. YouTube. So listen to that part.
Shout out Dr. Fauci.
Listen to this part where I'm being serious and not the part earlier where I was joking. So yeah, and then again, it's just laborious explanation of the time travel laws, all this kind of stuff. I mean, what's the best part about this movie is the fact that it's only an hour and 46 minutes. I do love a movie that fits on a VHS.
Sure. Is there any acting wise, do you think anyone gets any credit for this?
I'll tell you who's good.
Yeah.
Because she has a limited role And I think she's actually just the best actress in this entire thing. She's just the only one that's like a real actress is Jennifer Garner.
I agree. I thought she was actually really good, man.
Yeah, I mean,
because I can watch a bad movie and I could, minus the dialogue and plot, and I can be like, oh, they're actually a pretty good actor. Like for this film, you like, I can kind of separate it, and I kind of thought she was killing it.
Yeah, even some of her dialogue is pretty bad. Because I mean, obviously it's poorly written, but she rises above again. But she's playing a very relatable. She's the only relatable character. She's a mother. She's a single mother,
a hot mom, if you will.
I don't. I mean, you know what? She's not even that hot in this movie, which is fine. That's more realistic. Is that she's just she's a regular lovely.
She's a grieving mother,
middle-aged single mother.
Yeah,
her husband died in a car accident. And she, and she's now dealing with her only son, who is not handling things well. He's a smart mouth. He gets kicked. He's getting into fights, getting kicked out of school for starting fights in school. The kid is mean. The kid is disrespectful to her, and she just she just bears it. That's just her burden to bear. She does a good job of being solemn about it, and then also being hurt. Her kid hurts her feelings, and her kid says mean things to her, which is another thing I hate about this fucking kid. He's being mean to his mom, and she just she reacts the right way in all the different times.
I agree. Yeah.
And she's just struggling with it, and so she's the only good. Not only she's the only good performance in this film. Even though her writing is also pretty terrible, it's pretty cliche. She has this scene at the bar.
Yeah,
the scene at the bar where she interacts with adult Ryan Reynolds, who doesn't let her know that he's her son, but he's trying to console her. So she has to have, she's written in some quippy stuff like, "Oh, I'm still looking for boarding schools in Fallujah." Oh, I'm kidding. That's just so mean for me to say. Obviously, I love It's just so it sucks.
Yeah,
it's just so stupid writing. I don't know who wrote this, but he's dumb.
I will say I also had a huge problem with what's the actress Zoe
Saldana.
Okay, this is another one of those things where they very quickly force a relationship on you in a movie, and then it's like vapor. Like all of a sudden she's in the movie, and then you're like, and they're like, "I love you," and she's like, "I love you too," and I'm like, "All right, I guess this is a thing."
Yeah, I don't.
It just was too quick. I'm like, I don't know you guys. I don't know you. It just was just like bam, bam, bam. He's like, "You're my wife. I got to save you," or I don't know. It's just too quick.
I guess
there wasn't really any.
I can kind of.
I don't care about you. I don't know who you are in this movie.
That's true. I can kind of get behind that though, just for the fact that he said as soon as he shows up in the past, he's like, "I'm here looking for my girlfriend." Yeah. So that's the thing is he obviously
there's something
he's willing to break all the rules in order to get his girlfriend. So whenever they reunite, we don't have to see their relationship blossom.
Sure.
The story starts. He's looking for somebody that's missing. The same way if you're looking for a missing child.
Yeah.
You don't. It's not like, oh, we found the child. Like, what are you into, kid? Like, let's get to know each other.
Yeah.
You're looking for somebody that's already important to you. So I'm okay with them kind of skipping.
And then she died so quickly.
Yeah, well, that was dumb.
That's what I'm saying. Like the window of time for her importance to the film was just like
right. The whole point of him going back in time is to find his wife or girlfriend or whatever she is and bring her back to the future where they can continue living their life. And instead he finds her, and then she's like, "I'll hold him off.
They're after you.
You go back. You go further back in time
and get me.
And you go further back in time and stop time travel at all.
Yeah,
you go even further back in time and destroy time travel, and then none of this will ever happen. Instead of being like, how about I just grab you and go? How about we
both get in the time?
Yeah. How about you just get
time jet?
You're here with a jet. I have one jump left. Why don't you just come with me?
We have tons of weapons.
We'll just go back.
And they left all the weapons too. Like they left her. Like he left his wife with so many guns and ammo, and then she's like, "I'll see you later."
Well, here's the dumbest part of it. Here's the dumbest part of this movie, as far as like cheaply not taking advantage of like even the most basic storytelling moments.
Yeah.
She goes because she's been trapped in the past for like a year. She went back to 2021. She found herself a cabin. She fucking Ted Kaczynski'd herself. Yeah. She found herself a cabin, and she and when Ryan Reynolds eventually finds her, she's like, I've been here for a year.
I knew you'd come for me.
I knew you'd come for me. I've been waiting here. She's like, I've got the cabin. I've got it booby trapped. I've got it all set up. I've built an impenetrable fortress. And then the bad guys show up, and she's like, you got to run away. So him and the kid run away.
Also, how'd she find him?
I don't remember, but hold on.
Okay.
Let me get to my point. Is that she goes, you got to run away. She's like, don't worry about me. I've fortressed this place up. The guy's coming. He's driving his Range Rover down the forest to her little cabin. She hits a button. One grenade explodes and blows up one truck.
Yep.
And then the rest of the trucks are just like, they just swarm over. Her 1 year of preparation in the woods is to plant a single bomb.
One mine.
There's one landmine that she plants. That's the entirety of her defense. That she was
they got past it.
Yeah, she's like, I got this taken care of. There's no way they're gonna get through this fortress. Oh, they got past the one.
How'd they do that? They passed my one grenade.
These assholes brought more than one car. Son of a bitch.
4 cars?
How was I supposed to plan for that?
Yeah.
I never assumed it would be more than a single Mazda Miata coming after me.
She definitely didn't plan for the jet that fucking blew her ass up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, she didn't plan for that.
Yeah, she gets wrecked by a time travel jet, which I don't know why you wouldn't assume that was what's going to happen. You are a time travel jet fighter pilot.
Yeah. If they're gonna find you, it's gonna be with the jet.
It's gonna be another time travel fighter pilot coming for you. But she has no preparation. She's like, oh, my one landmine is not gonna work on this fighter jet. Plus, I already used it on the first of 7 cars.
Yeah. Oh no, I used it.
So she should have been like, I just got here a few weeks ago. I haven't had that much time to do shit.
She should have been honest. It
I'll
sounds
do
like
what
she
I
lied.
can. Yeah, it sounds like
Sounds like she's a liar.
Yeah, sounds like she was walking around 2021 fucking and sucking. Which she should have been, and then she's trying to. Then her husband shows up. She's like, "I never thought I'd see you again.
I've been waiting."
That's why she was like, "You got to go. I can't let this guy see how little preparation I've done."
There's just dudes in her room.
Yeah,
you got to leave. Actually, you should go.
He walks into her cabin. It's just like the trash can is filled with used condoms.
You got to get out of here.
She's like, you got to go.
You got to go. Trust me.
We can't be in the past.
I'll be fine.
We're going to ruin the timeline.
Yeah, butterfly effect.
He's just looking through like.
He's like, I guess I'll leave my wife here.
Yeah.
I've left her once before. But, okay, so she showed. Obviously, we're into spoilers, but fuck it for this movie, right? Yeah. So there's the scene where, like, you know, the bad guys find Ryan Reynolds going into the past, and they're getting in the shit. He's doing karate with a stick, and then he's down and out from a move or something. They're arresting him, and then she comes out of nowhere. How did she know that he was there? Was she like stalking his old house, like thinking like maybe he'll go back to his old house?
I have no idea.
I don't know how. She just shows up out of nowhere.
They didn't really explain it.
That to me makes no sense.
Maybe it was like she was keeping her eye out for time travel.
Him.
Whenever a time travel like thing shows up, it pings her time travel radar.
Yeah, her pager.
Yeah, exactly. She gets a page anytime time travel shows
up.
Oh,
I gotta fucking. He's back. Yeah. I gotta go save him.
Oh, he's got this stupid lightsaber bow staff, whatever the Donatello staff is. He's got that, but it's of course made out of lightsabers.
Oh my god, when the kid says, when he's using the VR drone and he's like, I gotta get me one of these. Oh, I hated that so much.
Yes,
I hate that so much.
That's what I mean about like quippy. Again, it's cheesy like action, but
and how did he? Okay, this makes no sense.
Mark Ruffalo shows up in the middle of running his 2018 GMC Yukon into a fucking future car. It's just right at the right time to say, again, it's so bad. So now they're doing the assault on the time travel like institute.
Yep.
Back before time travel was invented. And they couldn't get Mark Ruffalo to go along with it, and now they're going to do it. Now he is there. Now he shows up. He shows up at the last minute, saves the day. He's like, I'm in. I'm willing to help
for science.
Yeah. Oh, he might already be dead. I think he's dead by now. Maybe they just killed him. But
Also,
the bad guy, the head henchman, not the main bad guy, who's a woman, who's like the evil CEO woman
from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh, is that her? Is that,
Yeah.
That's Trish from
That's
40-Year-Old
Trish.
Virgin? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. She's like the evil head of the corporation. She's like Martha Stewart or whatever, as far as like just pantsuit mean woman. Which actually Martha Stewart's great. I fuck with Martha in a big way. So
I mean, if they got Martha Stewart, this would have been a different movie. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, well, she would have been successful.
Yeah,
Martha
this
Stewart
would've been
gets shit
sick.
done.
Yeah, she would have won. Also,
But the other bad guy, her main henchman, that's like her personal pilot.
Scarface guy.
Literally, how do we make this guy? How do we make it obvious that he's the bad guy? Well, we can put a big fucking scar on his face because why would we do anything but the most cliche?
There's an interesting conversation
visual
there. I'm not really like a woke guy necessarily, but like I will say from like a disabled person's perspective, it's usually not super cool that they do that in movies. Like if you're a burn victim or if you have something going on or like some sort of like abnormality, like they always make the bad guy in the movie like a scar thing. And it's not super cool to do that.
Interesting.
Like, it's not necessarily a nice maybe thing to do, like to make a scar person an evil person.
Yeah, every time somebody has a scar, that's the
kind of a woke thing, but I kind of agree with that a little bit. Like sometimes I care more about the writing than I do about that, but it's one of those things. It's like, okay, like I guess he's the bad guy.
Yeah,
like it's just cheap.
Well, exactly. How do we make there's three ways to make a dude an immediate bad guy. He's wearing a black on black suit.
Yeah.
He's got a big scar on his face. Or he's got like teeth is another one. Jaws where he's got gold teeth or whatever, diamond teeth. They like to do that a lot. Fuck, that's a good point.
He's the bad guy.
It's just a visual like,
and he has one line.
It's a visual shorthand, of what that makes him the bad guy. So it's just so cheesy and bad.
They spent how much? This movie must have cost $250 million.
No.
How much do you think?
No way. There's no way it costs that much.
How much do you think?
It's Netflix. They probably spent $70 million on it.
Really?
For sure.
That's okay. Well,
maybe
that's
even
still
less.
A lot of millions of dollars.
This is all green screen except for this little thing right next to him. They're standing next to the big electromagnetic thing.
Someone built that.
Yeah. I mean, that's like that. But this whole, so right now they're in the basement of the thing. They're next to the actual electromagnetic thing.
Device, the time device.
The main time travel device, or the thing that becomes the time travel device.
Yes.
Which
he's pulling it out.
I have so they see the particle accelerator for the first time. Ryan Reynolds, adult Adam, Ryan Reynolds says he's looking at this giant facility and he's like, you got to hand it to him. This is impressive. They weren't playing games. They weren't fucking around when they built this.
Yeah.
But he's from the future. Why is he the one that's impressed by 40-year-old technology?
That's true.
It'd be like if I went back in time 40 years ago and looked at the first computer, and it was the gigantic computer that had one megabyte of processing power, and it's the size of 4 refrigerators. And that'd be like me going, "Oh, this is awesome. These guys were not fucking around." Like, it's you just
this technology rules.
That's not how you react to things.
It's true.
You react to things being like, you might say, "Damn, this is like
archaic."
Well,
so this is how it began.
This is how it began. You might respect how like the work it went into is like given their limitations, and this is like the beginning of it. But you don't do the Ryan Reynolds line of like, this is they are doing it.
Also, the tech, if this is current times, is so far ahead of where we are now. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of things that don't line up. Also, the line when he pulled Mark Ruffalo's like, "This could fix our problems," when he goes into the time device, he's like, this could be the right thing to do, or it could kill 100 or 100 miles of people.
Yeah.
Let's find out. And he just pulls it out, and he's like, oh, we got lucky. Like, oh, dude, that was a huge gamble.
Yeah,
that was such a 50-50 roll of the dice for you to just be like, I'll take it out and see.
Yeah.
You know, and then they do a little snappy bit. He's like, we're good. You know, it's like, okay.
Yeah. It's crazy. And then now, of course, the bad woman, you know, she's got a gun to the little kid's forehead.
Right to the dome.
Yeah, she's holding the child hostage, and Ryan Reynolds, you know, they're like, Ryan Reynolds, give her the disc that she wants. And he's like, I gotta, you know,
give her the item.
They're having, and he, instead of being like, everybody calm down, don't shoot the little boy, it's fucking crazy. He's like, I gotta think, you know, it's got to be very quippy, and it's trying to be funny, and it's just so painfully unfunny. And then they even there's a fucking Deadpool reference in this movie. I just wrote.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
My one note is yuck, a Deadpool reference. So I don't even remember what it is. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it might be the word maximum effort or something like that. It might be something that's shitty like that. So who knows? But I just hate that. So now it's like the big climax. The particle accelerator is going wild, and now everything metal is being sent towards
pandemonium to the magnetic.
So now it's like a giant magnet in the middle of the room, and every single thing metal is getting ripped out of the wall and ripped off the whatever, and headed straight towards the magnet in the middle of the room. That's also a cliche thing that's happened in a million movies. Here's here's what I hate. This is, you know, again, this is spoilers when we get to the actual thing, but they get to the very last, like, final confrontation.
Yep.
And there's between three characters. It's future evil woman is pointing the gun at Ryan Reynolds, and then standing perpendicular to them, standing between them, with her back to the magnet, the magnet in the center of the room, is young evil woman.
Yeah. Yeah, when did we talk about that?
We've got the old woman from the future that came back, and we have present day evil woman as well. And so younger, and they kind of deep fake her face a little bit. Yeah, it's all deep fake. It's all CGI to make a young version and a old version or whatever they do. And I'm gonna break one of my cardinal let's get trashed rules. I don't. Oh, there we go. Superhero landing. That's the that's the Deadpool reference where I said yuck. I hate that. Yeah,
the kid sucks.
Yeah, he tries a quip, and Ryan Reynolds has to funny be like, no, don't say funny quip. You know, whatever. You're not old enough to quip like me. Anyway, yeah, that's the yuck reference I was looking for. But so sorry. Back to cardinal rule: a foundation, a pillar of let's get trashed criticism is that I don't care about physics. This is an anti-science podcast. It's an anti-physics podcast.
Yeah, fuck science.
Yeah, I don't believe the science, and I don't believe except for what the CDC tells me about COVID. I believe that's science.
Yeah,
but
I know what they're doing.
Yeah, clearly, and they've never led us astray, and I believe the science. But in movies, I don't. So I'm anti-science. I'm anti-physics. If something happened, time travel shouldn't happen. But I'm fine with it. Whatever. We're watching.
It has to happen. It's already happened.
I accept that.
Yeah.
Maya, the evil woman. She's pointing a gun. She's pointing a gun at Mark Ruffalo, and then old Maya is pointing the gun at Mark Ruffalo. Young Maya is standing again at a T intersection with her back.
Yes.
With her back to the magnet, and then all the wind, the magnet is sucking everything towards the magnet. The way this climax happens is that old Maya pulls the trigger. Young Maya can't handle it. She gives the gun to old Maya. Old Maya pulls the trigger. She's gonna kill Mark Ruffalo and his whole family.
Yep.
But because of the electromagnet, the
big
bullet,
magnet in the room.
The bullet it doesn't go straight and hit Smart Ruffalo. It turns to the right.
Yes.
Taking that T intersection, and it goes right through young Maya, killing her on its way to the magnet.
Mm-hmm.
In a general rule, I don't care about physics. But this entire thing is trying to tell us that fucking physics is important.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a metal bullet inside this gun, it's already going towards the magnet.
Yeah, the gun is.
The gun should be.
The gun should already.
It's not gonna turn. It's not gonna slow motion turn towards the magnet once it leaves the gun.
Yeah,
it's already metal inside the room.
That gun looks metal as fuck.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
And even if it wasn't, even if the gun is some sort of plastic, and he goes, "You never understood the science."
Science wins.
Yeah, that's the nerdy, stupid line that Mark Ruffalo ham-handedly delivers. After the bad woman accidentally kills herself, he's like, "You never understood the science." When the scene preceding it completely disregards any notion of science, that bullet would be drawn.
Yeah,
to the thing before it was fired.
Yeah, and they just showed a scene where buttons on his shirt, metal buttons, were going to the thing to like allude, like, oh, there's a magnet in the room, and then a metal gun she's just holding with ease.
Yeah, and the bullet doesn't start moving to the magnet until after it gets fired.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense scientifically.
No,
which is fine. Again,
it doesn't make sense even in this world they've created.
Well, right.
I think that's what you're saying.
Exactly. Well, either way, but that's the point. Is I don't care about the science, but you can't have our protagonist care about science. If
science not work.
If the science immediately is like not correct, and then 2 seconds later he's like, "You never understood the science." It's like, who the fuck are you lecturing right now, dick? This whole thing doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
If he had said something like, if he had said it's just been revoked, then I wouldn't have cared as much, because it was like, good, nobody gives a shit about science. That's fine. But the fact that he brings it up as like science is an important thing to study, that's his line. He's the nerdy professor.
Yeah.
And the nerdy professor is the one who
remember to learn your science.
Yeah. All your muscles didn't work, Ryan Reynolds. Now my science brain is going to be the thing that actually solves it.
Yeah.
But it's like that's completely flies in the face of the fucking scene we just saw 8 seconds before you deliver that cheesy line.
Yeah, dude, it's not great.
And then of course the stupid I love you speech is and now the three guys are having like one last reunion. They're playing catch with each other. The whole future's been like changed. I don't know why. They tried to make good again. They want this lame scene of like bonding.
Yeah.
I don't know why. You should just disappear instantly. But they're like, no, it actually takes a little while for the
science to kick in.
Yeah,
it kicks in when it wants to. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to dissolve. I know we changed the past. You're not going to dissolve right away. It takes a little while. It takes a little while for the universe to correct itself. So
it's loading.
You got about an hour and a half of playing. We got to drive back to our house.
Have your moment.
Yeah, we'll drive all the way back to our house in the fucking woods. That's 2 hours, and then we're gonna play catch for.
What did they talk about on the drive back?
Yeah, that's
to
the
the
other
house.
thing, is how much
after
in the
they
car
just killed somebody with science.
Yeah, it just goes from
because they just cut from the scene to the house
to the now they're in the living room hugging and kissing each other.
Yeah, making out.
You're my boys.
He's making out.
Like,
Mark Ruffalo's making out with his two sons, or his one son that are in two forms.
Yeah, you had a whole fucking GMC Sierra car ride back to.
Does that car still work?
Dude, who even knows? They won't even.
They just
tell
rammed
us
it into another.
How they got back to there?
Yeah,
it's just so. But now they're all the stuff that they didn't say in the car. Now they're saying it here in the fucking living room. Mark Ruffalo's telling them, "Don't go back in time. I know I died in a car crash, but don't save me, or don't tell me what day it is so I can avoid driving."
I would be like, "Fuck that, dude. Fuck the future."
You've already fucked the future.
Yeah.
You just did it for an hour and a half. You might as well earn what you might as well save yourself.
Yep.
It's the least you can. You earned it, buddy.
He's like, "No, I'm sorry, son. I can't raise you. I can't be a father to you.
Yeah.
I'd rather die."
So anyway, now they're about to play catch, which is like their symbolic moment, and they're all playing catch with each other.
A bin of baseball stuff just outside.
Yeah, luckily they have 3 gloves. I don't know where the third glove comes from. I don't know why they have 2 adult men gloves and 1 child glove. There was never. There was.
I always thought that future you would come back. Here's your glove.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was always dad and kid playing catch. Now there's 2 adult men. Where's this other glove coming from? Yeah, Jennifer Garner. Where is this other?
And where
glove?
the fuck is she?
She's at work or something.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense.
This is the worst line. I hate to say it. You were the best part all along. He's delivering that to the annoying child that he used to be. And he wasn't the best part. He sucks. So anyway, they play catch until the 2 guys from the future dissolve, and then you literally see the baseball. It's just this is the cheesiest. Like, they're all softly lit, kind of behind, so they all kind of have like that.
In this beautiful nature cabin.
Yeah, beatific from behind, like almost halo lighting.
Yep.
And then they just keep playing with these Mona Lisa smiles.
And I guess
three men with the worst smiles I've ever seen as they play catch.
Like, why are we doing this? This is so weird.
Yeah, and then they disappear.
Oh yeah, science catches up.
Yeah, the 2 ones from the future. Mark Ruffalo turns away for a second to catch an errant ball that his son can't even throw.
Why
correctly.
are both sons gone?
Because they're both from different timelines.
Oh, so now I see.
This is the oldest period.
That's Puppy Hawking, the dog.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo is the oldest one.
And so he's like, I guess I'll just live my life even though I know how I die.
Well, he doesn't know. He was like, don't tell me.
Oh, I see.
He was like, don't tell me I die.
Fuck that.
Don't tell me how. Don't tell me what day.
That would suck, though, because you'd have like this sort of like Final Destination situation in your head. Like, I want to die soon. That sucks.
I mean, we all know we're going to die eventually.
That's true, but he like especially knows.
He knows he's going to die in a couple years.
He double knows.
But yeah, he should have just been like, yeah, let me stick around. That's the other thing. The one thing is, writing wise, I do kind of respect is which is what I love about Taken, and I know I bring up Taken a lot because there's a lot of things to love about it as far as an action movie.
You've taken my daughter in a time jet.
Yeah,
I will find you.
I have a very particular set of time-sensitive skills where I can.
I'm a master of time.
Yeah, I also know how to use time.
You think you have a time jet?
Yeah. I do love Ryan Reynolds. What I love about Taken is that he breaks every rule.
Uh-huh.
He has this particular set of skills. His daughter got kidnapped. He goes to France and he's like, I'm gonna fucking get her.
Yeah.
And I don't care what. I got to shoot my best friend's wife at the dinner table.
Gone.
Doing it.
Clunk.
I'm not hesitating.
Yeah.
The second I find out my best friend might, he's like, you can't. The French government, we have rules. We have like a treaty with these Armenian gangsters.
Fuck your treaty.
He doesn't care. I don't. Yeah. It's like the UN says you really can't do this. I don't care. I'm breaking every fucking rule there is to get my daughter. I'll kill anybody. I'll kill my ex-wife. I'll kill.
Yep.
He's like, I'll kill your wife. I'll shoot your kids in their bed if I have to. He's like, he's not fucking around.
Uh-huh.
And so obviously that's
you're making me want to rewatch that movie.
That's why Taken is great.
Yeah,
because
Taken is great.
He's immediately on a rampage from the second he has to be, and he's not playing. So I do kind of respect. Like the storytelling aspect of Ryan Reynolds being willing. His character, he's a soldier in the Time Army or whatever the fuck, and he's willing to break every rule. He's willing to break every rule of time travel to save his girlfriend.
I will find you. I will find you in 2019.
Yeah. But anyway, even though he does all that to destroy his whatever, and then now it's back to the future.
Oh yeah,
the future thing.
The future past. This is where they meet.
Yeah, and so now they meet at college.
Yeah.
But of course, he's a 50-year-old man. Ryan Reynolds is old.
Yeah. He does look good for his age, but he's not a fucking.
Yeah, he's a Hollywood reptile. He's probably drinking adrenochrome or baby blood.
The baby blood stuff.
Yeah, that's what keeps him looking young.
Time blood.
But anyway, yeah, he's 50 in college, meeting Zoe Saldana, and they would But anyway, it's one of those things like love, because they're like, if we change the future, maybe we never meet. And it's like, he's like, don't worry about it. Like, fate will bring us together.
Yeah.
So now they're back into the fixed future, and they do meet, and they have their little meet cute and fall in love.
Yeah, this is the meet cute.
Yeah. But
longing gazes. You know what I mean?
They're way too old. They're way too old to be in college.
They're like, this is crazy. We're both 50 and just starting college, and we should date.
Yeah, you know what else doesn't happen?
We should join the time army.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You know what else doesn't happen? If you're a 48-year-old man who's just got his college degree, you don't enlist.
You gonna be sick? Time travel.
Yeah, it'd be like, it'd be like
my dad invented, and that's another thing. He's like, my dad actually invented time travel.
Yeah,
and I'm 50 years old and just now getting into it.
I know. I'm in my 30s. If I went to like, hey, Army, my dad invented the M16. Can I just have one and be a soldier? They're like, you're way too old.
Fuck no.
You're way too old and out of shape to fucking join this man's army right now.
Can I join the time army?
Just because your dad invented the best gun, you don't get your dad invented our main weapon, which is time travel. You don't get to just you're old now.
Yeah,
you old.
No.
You just graduated college yesterday. You should have joined the army 20 years ago, and we could have paid for your college. But
you could have gone to time college for free if your dad invented time travel.
Does the GI Bill cover time travel college in the future?
It should.
I don't know why it would. It seems like a corporate dystopia. I have a feeling they're cutting benefits for soldiers. They're trying to do that now. I don't know why that wouldn't keep happening in the future.
Well, yeah. Well, he did say money doesn't exist in the future.
Did he?
Yeah, in the movie he did.
Okay.
So that's canon.
Money doesn't exist. I mean, what is this woman all riled up about?
That's true. Fuck me.
Her whole point of
many plot holes.
Her whole point of going back to the past is to make money for her.
No, literally, he has a line because when he goes into the pharmacy store and he's like, "Give me some cash." He's like, "You don't have any cash?" And he's like, "Money doesn't exist in the future," unless that was just a line.
Oh, is that maybe a funny line to explain why he doesn't have any current day cash?
Yeah.
If he can't show up. He can't show up and give him like a $10 bill with Kamala Harris on the front, like being like, because it's 2022. Like, wait, this is fake. This is fake. It's like, no, after 2024, this won't be fake.
Kamala gets it.
We put her on. We put her on the $10 bill.
We give her one.
We have to replace Andrew Jackson with Kamala Harris on our money.
They finally updated it.
Yeah.
$20 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't do that.
Update those.
Oh shit! Speaking of, guess what's about to autoplay?
Uncharted.
We could revisit the
live review. I haven't actually seen this.
Oh,
Not how you make a drink.
Dude. Have you seen my review of it? Have you seen the Let's Get Trashed?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you should.
I'll watch the movie and listen to it.
Don't watch the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. It's a shitty movie.
Tom Holland, we've got to solve this crime. We've got to go find it.
Hey,
we've got to go find. We've got to go find the treasure.
We're gonna find buried treasure. Yeah.
Come with me. I'm like the older one, and you're like the younger one.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm the older action star. You're the young guy.
Yeah. You're gonna be my protege, and we're gonna fight Antonio Banderas together.
Is that the guy?
That's one of the bad guys.
That's actually great.
It's one of the bad guys until both women become the bad guys, which is a good turn. I do like it when
when women are the bad guy.
Yeah. It's true to life.
It's
YouTube.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
God. Is it? Oh my God. Okay, I'm sick of this too. Is Uncharted? Is it like a religious artifact that they're trying to recover, or a relic?
No, they're trying to find
like Joan of Arc thing.
No, they're looking for Magellan's. Magellan has a ship full of gold.
They are looking for a ship full of gold.
Yeah, so Magellan had a Spanish galleon.
Yeah, and
he sailed it almost around the world. It broke down, so he hid it in a cave, and so they're trying to find Magellan's gold. Or fucking Pizarro, whichever explorer.
Yeah,
that's what they're looking for. And Tom Holland is a 19-year-old expert on Magellan for some reason. And then Mark Wahlberg is a fucking 40-year-old treasure hunter. I don't know. It's based on a video game, which I didn't know.
I did know that it was based on a video game. It looks honestly like it could be cool.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Watch it.
I will watch it. I'm sure it's bad.
It's very bad. Folks, sorry.
That's kind of a cool premise, though.
No, it's not. We're getting off topic.
Okay, sorry.
We're getting off topic.
It's literally the trailer's playing. Sorry.
Yeah, trailer. But anyway, if you haven't seen Uncharted, go check out Let's Get Trashed episode fucking 7 or 10. It's pretty early on.
That guy has an eye patch.
Oh, yeah. Do you think he's
Mark
a bad
Ruffalo
guy?
has a mustache and should never have one.
That's Mark Wahlberg.
Sorry, Mark Wahlberg has a mustache and should never have one.
Yeah.
A hot take.
Anyway, it's very bad. So anyway, that was The Adam Project.
Yes.
From the same director of Free Guy, which I never watched, but that's another Ryan Reynolds movie, which I'm sure is bad.
You would hate it.
Ryan Reynolds sucks, man.
I'm tired of... Okay, he's just playing himself, right? Like in all the movies.
I don't think he is like that. I think he's changed his personality
that guy
to match his I think he. Yeah, I mean,
celebrity image.
Yeah, I guess he's always being silly. He's always
he's just on brand, you know.
Yeah,
every movie.
Yeah, ever since what's it called?
Deadpool.
No, well, yeah, I mean, Deadpool fucking exacerbated the problem. But I'm more talking about
Waiter.
Even before that.
Oh wow, even before that.
The Burt Kreischer movie. Yeah, Van Wilder.
Van Wilder?
Yeah.
Burt Kreischer's in that movie?
No, Burt Kreischer is he's the real life inspiration of that.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
No, Burt Kreischer had a news article written about him because he was like a 10-year party student at Arizona State.
That's hilarious.
He was like throwing huge party. He got famous as like
a party guy,
being like this college party animal.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and somebody wrote an article about him that went like not viral because it was the 90s, but it went got really popular. It was like this weird what's it called? A profile on this guy who just is like the biggest party animal at the biggest party school in college, and he throws this all kinds of stuff, and then that's how he got into like the spotlight, and he started doing like comedy and stuff like after that. Anyway, the movie Van Wilder, they like bought the rights to his life, and he wasn't like involved in it, but they bought the rights and they made that movie about a perpetual
shit, dude.
An arrestedly developed adolescent who's stuck in party world as a college kid. That's what
really funny.
And that's a funny movie. Back with fucking hot Tara Reid. She was so hot. And then who was not Kumail Nanjiani, the other one, the one that worked for Obama. He's like Van Wilder's Indian sidekick.
I don't remember.
Who's the other guy? One Kumar.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, Kumar is he's in that movie. He's Van Wilder's like insecure best friend. Whatever.
Love those.
But he's been so
Nice Guys. Now
Yeah,
it's just
that's a good
playing
movie.
Netflix movies.
Yeah, we're just watching previews because
How do you feel about Ryan Gosling, real quick?
It's all right.
Just depends on the movie, probably.
I do like him. I think he's in some good stuff. I haven't seen like all of his stuff, but I'm all right with him.
Are you gonna watch Gray Man?
You know what? I honestly thought about that because that's one that just came out.
That's one I did.
You watched it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. I'll watch it. Should we do an episode on it?
We can.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll watch it. I considered it as one for this, for my show.
Sure.
So, or our show. So yeah, I was like, yeah. If you think we should do an episode on it, I'll watch it and we'll do one.
It depends on what you're going for. If you just want to go over like, oh, this is a current movie.
That's idea. Yeah, I want to keep it current.
Okay.
I don't care if it's good or bad.
Probably people are watching.
I don't. Yeah.
Sure.
I don't mind trashing it if it's bad.
Sure.
Let's get trashed.
It's probably going to be one of those.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. I believe it.
Yeah, that looks bad. It looks bad to me. He looks, Gosling looks bad in it. In general, I don't know. There's a few things I've seen that I really like. Obviously, the Nice Guys is great. He was good in that. Mm-hmm. I can't think of something. I think
here's I figured it out. He's good when he's not in his own time zone or time. When he goes to the future or to the past with a character,
I mean like a period piece or whatever.
If he's doing periods,
okay,
he's killing it. Because like Gangster Squad, I liked.
Okay,
I feel like all the movies where he's like in the past, and then Blade Runner 2049, I like too.
Ooh, that Blade Runner 2049 was great.
We could talk about that movie
That was great. I mean, that's an in the can. That would be an
That would be
can
in the
episode.
can, yeah. But
And I do want to rewatch that.
you should, man.
But I love that movie.
Yeah, that movie rules.
Denis Villeneuve is
same guy for Dune.
Same guy who did Dune.
Yeah, dude.
Blade Runner 2049 is a great legacy sequel.
Yep. Absolutely. Oh, that is a legacy sequel.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Back to, again, a sequel 30 years after a beloved movie.
Yep.
And that was a good one.
That was actually
honestly, as much as I enjoy Blade Runner, 2049 is like, it's not as iconic visually, and it's certainly not as innovative visually.
Sure.
But it is like, story-wise, it does make more sense. It's a little bit better.
Yeah.
That's a great one. Similar in vein to like Mad Max Fury Road.
Yep.
Which I love the original Mad Max movie and Road Warrior. Fury Road, I understand, is like really great. I don't like it as much as the older one, but I can see if somebody tells me that they think the best Mad Max movie is Fury Road, I don't have an argument for them.
Sure.
I don't like it the best, but I understand.
I feel like with the legacies, they always tighten some shit up.
Not always.
Yeah.
Not
the Matrix.
Not the Matrix. Not Ghostbusters. That was
dog shit. Like the kid version.
Kid Ghostbusters.
Yeah, with Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
I have not seen that yet.
Oh, it sucks. That was another episode of Let's Get Trashed that I gave a negative. That was like episode 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this one up, folks. What we'll give the people your recommendation. Should they go to Netflix and stream the Adam Project?
No, I'm not gonna recommend it.
Me neither. Absolutely not. Avoid this movie at all costs.
Yeah.
If everybody stops watching Ryan Reynolds movies, we might be able to drive him out of the fucking business.
Yeah.
So we don't have to ever see him smirk ever again.
Never be witty again.
No smirking. No, he's soft voices.
No witty bullshit.
His voice gets high whenever he's being like sarcastic and dismissive. His voice gets high. That's like his thing. So he's like, you're gonna. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Like
he does do that.
Yeah,
yeah. With like this, and I feel like his face never changes.
Yeah,
like when he says lines, he's just like,
he's always.
Look,
yeah, and it's like
I don't know.
It's like
I'm talking shit at this point for no reason. I'm just being mean.
What do you think I'm talking about, fuck knuckle? He always has some fucking lame ass Reddit Reddit level curse word.
Yeah,
because you can't just call someone you can't call somebody any of the old timey slurs.
I do love fuck knuckle
that we used. Do you see?
Nice. I think that's very funny.
Fuck stick. Fuck, any kind of like any cutesy dork ass way of incorporating the word fuck into your stupid thing, because you don't have the guts to actually say a slur.
Yeah. Do more slurs.
Yeah, yeah, this is an anti-science pro slur podcast.
Yes.
No, it's not.
No, not anymore.
Don't say slurs, people. No, it's definitely way cooler to call somebody a douche canoe.
Yeah, dude, I remember
instead of using a homophobic slur that starts with F.
Yeah.
It's it's definitely way more impactful in your movie to.
Oh my God! If he said that in this movie, that would have been fucking pandemonium.
It would have been horrifying.
Yeah, that would have been wild.
It's funny to
his own self, his own younger self,
calling his 12-year-old self the F slur.
Yeah, the F slur.
I mean, it would be horrifying to watch a mainstream movie where it's so cheesy and like whatever and not real at all.
Yep.
But he's just dropping slurs.
Dude, left and right.
That wouldn't be good, and I'm glad.
It wouldn't be good.
I'm glad we're not doing that. I'm glad we've moved past that as a society.
It's kind of funny to think about. Okay, sorry.
All right.
Moving on.
I also don't recommend this movie. Don't watch The Adam Project.
Don't watch it.
All right. We're going to wrap this up. Jimmy D, where can the folks find you?
Yeah, Instagram. I'm gonna keep it simple this week. Sleepy Cowboy TX, and then it's my Instagram if you want to follow me. And you can find all my stuff there that I do, solo project, band stuff, and some comedy stuff. So
Very cool. And I'm, as always, your host at Nick Tazzo Drums on Instagram, at Nick Tazzo on Twitter. Thanks so much for checking out this episode, and I will see you all next time.
Fuck
all right,
science.
Let's get trashed.